Boston now has a 2-1 series edge with their two young stars, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, leading the way for the Celtics. So far in this series, Brown averaging nearly 23 points with 7 boards and 4 assists. Tatum averaging 22 points, 6 boards, and 8 dimes. Shannon, who would be your MVP of this series so far?
Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown is...
What? Yeah. Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
You have seen the light?
No. Who's with the MVP of the series? Do you remember through the first 3 games of the 2020 NBA Finals, Anthony Davis or LeBron James, who was the MVP frontrunner? Anthony Davis.
I don't really care.
Anthony Davis. Okay, so the game is not over. It's right now. Yes, Jaylen Brown has played a little better than Jayson Tatum. The numbers are really close, but if you get into it, but when you start looking, Jayson Tatum's only shooting 34% from the floor. And Jaylen Brown is shooting 43%. Tatum's 44 from 3, 36 from 3. But he's played better. He got you 22 last night, gave you the great first half, didn't really do a whole lot in the second half. But he's played slightly better than Jayson Tatum through the first 3 games. But they're not selecting a Finals MVP through 3 games. But if I had to vote, and I think if everybody had to vote right now, Jaylen Brown would be the MVP. That doesn't mean that it's over. We know we've seen situations, like I said, guys can come back, have an unbelievable performance, and they win that award. But right now, as we're having this discussion, Jaylen Brown has played better, and he would be the MVP if the votes were taken today. But they're not taken today. Let's see after Game 5, if it's a 5-game, after 6, after 7, we'll see who the MVP is. But if I had to vote right now, it would be Jaylen Brown.
I am shocked by that.
Why?
Somebody is abandoning a bandwagon.
No, Skip, it ain't about abandoning the bandwagon. It's about the guy that's played better. It's okay the guy's played better. That doesn't mean he's a better player, because under that premise, Iggy is a better player than Steph Curry because he won Finals MVP. Cedric Cornbread.
He was in that Finals. Well, he just was. He changed it all. Actually, LeBron should have been the MVP of that Finals.
But let me ask you a question.
I mean, but he was on path, and then he failed.
So if Jaylen Brown wins the Finals MVP, that means he was better in the Finals, or that means he is a better overall player? Those are 2 separate things.
Okay, well, I'll go both. Jaylen Brown should be the MVP through 3 games, and Jaylen Brown is a little better player to me than Jayson Tatum. I have told you that from the start. Jaylen Brown is more athletic than Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum is robotic. He's got like RoboShop, 1, 2. And sometimes
it goes in.
Sometimes he gets it in rhythm and it starts to go in. And I do like his swoops to the hoop. He can swoop because he's a long, what do we give him, 6'8"? But he
looks long. He looks taller than that.
He looks taller, plays taller than that. So I will give you that. But it's ironic that Kobe took Jayson Tatum under his wing. May he rest in peace, obviously. And yet the guy with the Mamba mentality is the other guy. Jaylen Brown had it. You could just see it spilling all over the court last night. He came out to play possess last night. And in the first quarter, he took it to Golden State, and he took the life out of Golden State with 17 first-quarter points. That set the tone for what turned into a blow.
He had a very favorable matchup going against Klay. And remember, when I got so much backlash when I said I believe Jaylen Brown right now is a better player than Klay Thompson. Now, if you want to talk about overall body of work, well, clearly his body of work is not Klay Thompson. But right now, player for player, Jaylen Brown is a better player than Klay Thompson.
I don't think anybody could have dealt with Jaylen Brown the first quarter last night. He came out a terror.
But you do believe that he has a more favorable matchup. Andrew Wiggins is a 6'8" player. So he's long. He's as athletic. He's a very athletic player. Skip, he was the number 1 overall draft pick. I mean, whether he should have been or not, that's a different story. I believe Joel Embiid, had he not had that bad back, I believe Joel Embiid would have been the number 1 overall pick.
I would agree with that.
But yeah, Skip, I just call it like I see it. I don't personally think that Jaylen Brown is a better player than Jayson Tatum. I believe he's having a better series than Jayson Tatum. But we still have much basketball to be played.
Okay, but you have constantly told me that Jayson Tatum has a seat reserved for him at the superstar table. And I keep saying, is it the child's table?
No, it's not the kiddie table.
Okay, so what's the body of work through 3 games? What do I see? Jayson Tatum starts off 3 for 17. He does have 13 assists, but they made 21 of 41 threes.
Thanks to us.
17 threes came courtesy of a bunch of hot hands from 3. Well, he did. He actually, in game 2, even last night, he had a couple of assists where I said, oh, that's really good, where he actually made somebody a basket. He created a basket for somebody.
Right.
Okay, so first game, he's 3 of 17. Then he has a pretty good first half in game 2, but in the second half, he completely disappears and goes 1 of 3 as they lose the game in the third quarter. But 1 of 3 for the whole second half was Jayson Tatum in game 2. And then we saw the stat, which I brought up to you, that through the first 2 games, from 2-point, not from 3, Jayson Tatum, soon to be superstar, shot 18%. That's the lowest in the shot clock era in the first 2 games combined by any player ever. 18% from 2? Wait a second.
And that should concern you.
Huh.
As bad as he's playing, they're up 2-1. So what happens when he picks it up and take it to the level that you know he has?
So what did he do last night? Did he pick it completely up? Well, he shot 9 of 23, not exactly efficient, and he was 3 of 9 from 3, not exactly shooting the lights out.
9 assists. A steal, only 2 turnovers. You remember the first game, 13 assists, 2 turnovers. Last game, 9 assists, 2 turnovers. As long as they keep the turnovers down, Golden State's in trouble.
And going into the series, he was leading the playoffs in turnovers by 23. He had 83.
And he's leading in points, too. Since you want to talk about somebody leading something. Is he leading in points? I'm going to skip. Just because Jaylen Brown is having a better series and he could be named Finals MVP, that doesn't necessarily mean he's the better player.
Interesting. So you were smelling a blowout last night.
And I got it, and then I get it.
And I'm smelling a blowout on your bandwagon, your Jayson Tatum bandwagon. I think you're going to have to send the jersey back. Because the Celtics sent you a number 0 jersey. And right now he's got 0 votes for MVP.
Okay, that's okay. He has 0 votes 3 games into a 7-game series if necessary. Let's just see how it ends. Can we see how it ends?
Sure. Well, somebody on Boston's going to have to be the MVP.
Okay.
Right?
And we know it's going to be one of those 2 guys, right?
Okay.
So if Jayson Tatum comes out in the next 2 games, he goes 25, 10, and 5, 25, 10, and 5, and they win, you think Jayson Tatum's not going to be the MVP? He's capable of getting you a 40-piece.
Well, they're going to have to switch Andrew Wiggins onto Jaylen Brown to start game 4 because it's the only way to fly.
And then who you going to put on JT?
Maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe he guards himself.
Okay, we'll put Clay on him then.
He's a missed layup waiting to happen.
Right? Yes, he's missed some easy shots. He has missed some easy shots. But that's not to say that he's going to miss them tomorrow night.
Oh, robo shot?
Okay.
Does
it go in?
Robo shot.
Does it?
He just doesn't look that athletic.
And he played it athletic. I tell you what.
Looks a little stiff to me.
You think the Lakers wish they'd have taken him at number 2?
I don't know.
Or you do know?
Well, you love what's happening, except he's not your property anymore. He's now in New Orleans.
Do you
right?
Do you believe they wish they had taken Jayson Tatum at number 2? That's all I ask.
Well, what about the guy who's in New Orleans now?
What?
Right? Is that the draft we're talking about?
No. B.I. No. They took Lonzo.
Oh, Lonzo.
They took Lonzo, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You could argue. I still Lonzo just keeps getting better and better and better.
Is he better than JT?
Not right now. I think he could wind up being better than JT.
Huh?
Yeah, I do.
Lord have mercy.
Well, Lord have mercy. He didn't play much last year after he's shooting 45% from 3.
Skip, I'm not saying Lonzo isn't a good player, but he's not going to be better than JT.
Well, JT's not the best player on his own team.
I believe he is, even though Jaylen Brown is having a better final series. And that's okay.
Well, you gave up.
Hold on. Skip, you do realize Magic Johnson didn't win every finals MVP, right? Was he not the best player? Larry Bird did not win every finals MVP. Was he not the best player? Stop with this notion that because if you don't win finals MVP, only Michael and LeBron can say in every finals in which they won that was multiple, they were finals MVP. Akeem Olajuwon, okay, he won it. Tim Duncan did not win finals MVP. He's better than Tony Parker. I don't care what you say.
I'll buy that. I thought he deserved it in 2007.
So stop saying that.
Well, in the end,
well, gentlemen, I'll buy
Brown.
this series goes 7. I'm hoping for that because it's so much fun. I don't want it to end. You're not?
Nope.
What are we going to watch when it's over at night? Well, this morning, we are going to dive back into that exclusive clip we have of LeBron talking about his future on the shop. That's next, coming up on Undisputed.